Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. As you can tell by the title, this is going to be like the second kind of renovation vlog. I'm pretty sure that's what I titled the first one. If you haven't seen the first one, which kind of gives you like more insight into everything that's been going on the past couple of months, definitely go and watch that. I'm just about to head over to the house. Jack and our friend Joel have been over there for like an hour or so already this morning doing some work, but I'm gonna go and help sand down some of the walls, I think, in the kitchen. And I just haven't updated in a little while. It's probably been like a week or two since I've like closed off the last vlog. Not too much has happened, but we've got a little bit more kind of progress, and hopefully over the next few weeks more stuff will be happening and getting a little bit closer to being finished, but we're not quite there yet. So if you are interested in whatever we've been up to since the last vlog and you like renovations and home content, then definitely stick around. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you're not already, and if you do enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Let's go to the house. Creep. Good little stand. You're currently on some of the kitchen cupboards. We're in the living room. Jack and Joel are currently mixing cement, dot and dab, because they're trying to fit some plasterboard to the frame. I'll show you guys in a second, but I need to do a bit of sanding. So there's some sandpaper by here because they filled in some holes, like in the kitchen especially, but it does need to be sanded down flat so they can then like skim and paint when it's ready. This is the chimney breast wall. It's not been knocked out at all. It still goes all the way upstairs, but it's all like blocked in. We were gonna have a niche, kind of like a hole cut out, but because the chimney breast is still there, you can't really cut out like a really big hole of bricks because it's just not sturdy enough or something, and it creates more faff trying to like make it hold. So Jack's decided to build out onto this wall for shelves either side of the chimney breast, but facing sideways, so you won't see the shelves facing here, they'll face sideways, and that's where like we'll have a socket, like one little hole drilled through, so the TV will be big on the wall and then hopefully go to like a socket in the side. This is what these two are currently up to with the wall. I don't really know. But this is like the progress up here that we've kind of gotten through to. So Lewis, Jack's brother, started to fit the new attic hatch and ladder that we got, and then we've had a couple of floorboards replaced that were the squeaky ones on here, and if I can squeeze past, so the bathroom, all of the floorboards were replaced in here for like new ones like those, and then Lewis has fitted this board down on top of it just to protect them a little bit more, I'm guessing. And then this is our shower tray. We're currently just trying to figure out how far out we need this little bit of wall to go, and we've just ordered a riser tray because we want to bring the tray up off the floor a little bit. So we've got like legs and then like a bendy plastic bit that'll go around just to save us ripping up any tiles or anything if we ever had an issue in the future. I'm not really sure what we do with the walls now. I'm guessing we can plaster board or plaster back over all of this, because this wall actually needs to be painted. We're only tiling this whole wall and this bit with wavy tiles as like a shower feature. We're building like a little niche there, and then this wall will have flat tiles on it with the mirror and the sink, and then obviously the same tiles on the floor. The toilet will stay here. We're getting a radiator put on this wall. So if you did see the first vlog, obviously you kind of saw the state, not the state, but like how it was before. Obviously this was the sink, so we do need to somehow clean up all of these walls. We've got a couple of like really thin cracks that typically will happen in a house, but the guy who's gonna paint, I don't know if you guys remember my mum's ex-husband, we are, you know, still family, but he does decorating and stuff on the side, so he's gonna come and help us out a little bit. I think we're gonna order the tiles maybe next week, but we do still have an issue with the roof. If you guys remember, we had a bit of a leak, so This was a leak that we have in the roof. Oh yeah, it has gotten a lot worse actually. It's kind of above the bathroom. There's a cracked or a slipped tile, and then also further along. So we need 5 rows of tiles and the felt replaced on the roof, which I think the scaffolding's being put up next week for that, and then maybe the week after that might be done. So we can't start doing anything really upstairs until the roof is fixed. Not really much to do in this room. Just got distracted with other things in the bathroom upstairs, but this is the state of the kitchen. We've obviously had other stuff delivered. This is a lot of wood for Lewis to start building like frames. But then yeah, we've got plasterboard to fill this big hole. I need to sand down some of these holes at the moment. Hi guys, little update. Oh, I thought I had some cement on my jacket then. Haven't been over and filmed in like a week or so, but obviously we have a few things that are kind of progressing. I'm currently stood in the garden. It is so foggy and cold today, but I thought I would just currently show you the scaffolding that is now on the back of the house. I think I might have mentioned before about the roof, and obviously we've got like a bit of a leak in the back bedroom where there's a cracked tile and a rip in the felt somewhere in the roof. Jack knows this guy who can do it. He's also going to tile our bathroom after this is done, but we have some scaffolding at the back of the house. So this is what the scaffolding looks like for the top of the house right now, coming all the way down. Obviously I think I showed you guys this in maybe like the house tour. This bit's just a bit fucked where they've had an out thing and then knocked it down. We will deal with that maybe later in the year or next year, but yeah, the scaffolding is up for the roof, and the boys are currently here doing some work in the hallway. You'll probably hear a load of noise from them over there. Need to get a new windowsill because this got ripped off. I don't think anything in here has changed since last time, but they filled in this bit here with the plasterboard, and like the wires are all fine there. We just kind of need to tidy up a few different bits, but obviously it will be covered with all of the kitchen cupboards, so we're not too concerned about that. This bit of lovely trunking is something we didn't want, but because of the new fuse board and obviously the meter and stuff is outside, it just kind of, it had to go this way. But we're going to build some kind of like nice little cupboard here anyway to cover this, probably just up to the meter and out to this, so it'll all be like flush as a cupboard, which hopefully will look a bit tidier, because our fridge, I think our fridge maybe comes to about here, so we'll have a nice little gap and then just a cupboard there.
We are at work. On the graft. Look, come here. I go to the bottom.
We've had the shower tray delivered, so I think they've just been trying to put all of the legs and stuff in the shower tray. A bit of work to do with like the boiler stuff, because we need new pipes running through in here. Okay, we don't have a light in here. Oh yeah, that's why we don't have a light. This is for the mirror, and this is for the sink. We needed a stronger bit because the sink would not have been held up by this bit of the wall. Obviously the sink used to be here, like I said before. Lewis, Jack's brother, has started building the wall out for our shower. So we're gonna have like a niche in the middle. The shower's gonna be like in the wall. Nothing's really changed in here either. I'm not sure if he's actually added a cable in. Okay, I'm not really sure why there's a cable in the floor. Floorboards and stuff need to go back down, but I think they're still dealing with cables and pipes for the bathroom at the moment. Hi everyone, it's another day getting things delivered to the house. We are, well, I think they're on their way. We're supposed to be getting the bathroom tiles delivered today, just because maybe next week, I'm not sure if they're gonna try and start to tile. I think a couple of things have to be plastered first, but I'm not sure if the bathroom needs to be plastered anyway. Anyway, I am just gonna show you like a couple of updates. In the meantime, I think they're on their way. If they do turn up, then obviously I will have to just resume afterwards. This main bedroom is again just storing some bits in here, nothing fancy, but the main work's kind of been downstairs, like through the hallway bit and in the bathroom. This scaffolding needs to come down at some point, but the roof is fixed now, so all of this damage through here we can start to sand all the way back, and then Mike, who's gonna decorate, can advise us on what to do, whether we need to prep, because it's obviously peeled a lot of stuff off. They've started filling in this bit of the wall because there's a lovely big hole here, but I think that has to be for the water, because we've got to have a pipe running along here under the shower tray, which is going in the corner, and then across to the sink. Obviously we've got the notched out bits and like the built out bit for the shower, which I showed you guys before. They've had to rip all of this out because oh God, I don't know if I showed you guys, but the state of the pipes that were along the bottom of that radiator were dreadful. So they've taken the radiator off. We need to plaster and fix up this wall and get some new skirting boards in here. These little ones will probably be taken off as well because this bit of the wall is a bit fucked as well. So yeah, definitely need to fix up the wall there, make it all nice with skirting boards, and then get some new pipes to reattach and put around with the radiator so it's all nice and tidy. Like, because before it was a hot mess. I think I filmed last time what they were doing here is obviously they took the old door lining out, so they've had to kind of rebuild one with some plasterboard and cut all of that back. So all of this needs to be plastered and cornered down here, and they've managed to kind of sort the step out a little bit. We do need a hive, so I'm assuming the hive will probably be installed when this wall is all done. Nothing else has really changed in here. They've just filled in for the plasterboard, so I need to come over at some point and help them sand this back because that's really all I can do. And the lovely hole here is kind of being filled in a little bit as well. It's definitely been so much more stressful than I thought it would be for me. Like, even though I'm not the one doing tons of the work in the house at the moment, I think it's just playing on my mind, and like, I'm very impatient and obviously eager to move, to have more space and to be in a new environment. I feel like it will help like my work ethic and just having everything of mine back around me, not spread out or cramped anywhere. It's just taken so much longer than we thought, and that's just because you don't really know all the problems that you might get until you buy a house and start ripping things out. Jack did not expect to have to pay over £1,000 to have the roof fixed, but that's what had to happen. We didn't expect to have to self-level all of the floors. Didn't really expect to have to sort out the door lining, but because Jack decided he didn't want a door to the kitchen anymore, they'd ripped it off, had to take the lining off, and then it just fucked up the rest of the wall around it, so it had to be redone. Definitely still a long way to go, but we are getting there. I'm just gonna wait for these tiles to be delivered, and then I'll probably update you guys at some point this weekend because I'll come back over and a few things might have changed by then. I think we've got to get the plasterer in at some point soon to plaster quite a few things throughout the house now, but it's at least a day's work there, I think. Maybe like tiling and a bit of prep for paint can happen. We will see. Well, isn't this a lovely angle? I am in the house. I think it's been maybe like a week or so since I actually last came in, but I'm waiting for my mum to get here because we're prepping the walls to be painted. I don't think I've showed you the plastered walls yet. We've had everything plastered, well, nearly everything plastered that we needed to, and we need to do like a watered down first coat of matte paint so it kind of soaks into the plaster before Mike can start to come and actually paint all of the walls and the ceilings. So I'm just gonna like run you through a couple of updates, but yeah, me and mum are just gonna be doing a bit of cleaning and tidying up and putting the first coat on any of the plastered parts. It's currently the 26th of February and I feel like this vlog has gone on forever because I haven't obviously been here as often. Like, things slowed down a little bit. I thought they were gonna pick up, but then they kind of slowed down. So once this is done and things start to like be painted and the bathroom will be finished being tiled maybe next week, there's just a lot of cleaning up. And I mean, even in this living room, this is like the last thing that we're gonna have to worry about. The scaffolding is still up, but they should be coming to take that down soon because I think the leak is fine. Like, we've had a little bit of rain and nothing else has like happened. It seems to be drying up and they've just sanded it back a little bit. Mum's just got here, but she doesn't want to be on camera, but I thought I'd just show you that the plaster is all dry now. So I didn't actually realise he was going to plaster the whole wall, but I suppose it makes sense to keep it all smooth. So obviously this was the patch where we had the plasterboard and we had to fill it in because of that was moved, but it's all really smooth now. So we didn't stress about the bottom because that's going to all be covered in, and like other bits can be skimmed and like filled. You know, we've got bits of cracks and stuff, but not to worry too much. This bit of the wall here, which they had to do all of this because it wasn't even. And I think I showed you guys when they were obviously trying to fill in all of this hallway where they'd ripped the door frame off and the boys were here dot and dabbing the plasterboard back on, but obviously it's all been plastered and nice sharp edges now. So I think we just need to sand a couple of bits down before we put the coat on.
So this is my idea of protecting my hair, because I actually washed it this morning, stupidly enough. I'm gonna click tap break. Mum had a tedious job of taking staples out of the stairs. Do people not usually staple down underlay then?
I've never heard of anyone stapling down.
They glue it down, don't they? Because in the living room, we had to like rip it up because it felt like it was glued down by bits.
No, normal people who lay carpets and underlay would just cut a strip of underlay and put it down and then carpet over it.
So it's never fixed or anything?
No.
I swear that people that had this house beforehand and did it up were just stupid.
Well, they didn't do it up, they did it down.
Yeah, they did it down. They ruined it, is what they're doing, and now we're trying to do it up. Which is so frustrating because I knew that we were going to redo stuff, but obviously when you looked at the photos on the surface of what they tried to do, it was like, oh, it looks fine, fairly modern, but Jesus Christ, underneath everything it's not. So if you are looking to buy a house, check thoroughly more than anyone ever tells you to, because there's so much more stuff here to correct than we thought.
I just thought with those staples though, if one half comes out, it's going to go straight through your shoe and into your foot.
So we've been sanding, sweeping, hoovering, and I am absolutely filthy and covered in dust. So I'm gonna carry on hoovering upstairs, and then once it's kind of as cleanish as we can get it, then we will do a little bit of painting on the plaster. While Mum is starting downstairs, this is obviously the bathroom plastered, and then we've just got the bits on the radiator. Some of the floorboards have been put back down now, and then all this needs to go in the tip. These are the bathroom wall tiles, and I'm just about to tackle these little bits here. I mean, as far as the first coat goes, I mean, it's going to be behind a radiator, so it's not too bad. So I've done that, and I just need to cut around the bits there quickly. So obviously I haven't done the cutting in, but there's one radiator. I say radiator, it's not obviously the radiator, it's the thing. Another one. This one's a little bit messier, but it's fine. And then I've just run out of paint for the bathroom, but I'll buy some more paint in the week and come back and finish it off. The ceiling is getting painted. You guys can see now like the difference in the colour of obviously what it was, creamy-ish beige before. So the ceiling's kind of being finished, and then work on the walls. You can just see just all the difference in colour, so it'll be so much brighter. Can't remember if you guys saw, but when I showed you, we had like a big crack there that I thought, you know, might have been from all the movement, but we filled it in for now, and it looks all good, so hopefully it stays that way. Not really too much else, but Jack and Joel are here as well, up in the attic at the moment, putting all the boards up and more insulation and stuff. We did a lot of like sanding and stuff, and obviously the walls are still all a bit rough. And there's lots of cracks and stuff, but yeah, Mike said it'll all be fine to fill in afterwards, but he's focusing on the kitchen first. We need to do a tip run probably next weekend, just to get rid of the underlay and the stuff at the front garden. So that kind of wraps up the second, what was that? The second renovation vlog. I feel like not that much has kind of been going on throughout this vlog, but it's been over a long period of time, okay? Let's just say that. It is taking so much longer than I thought it would, and I feel like I'm repeating myself when I say that, but we are starting to see a little bit of progress, and already been doing a little bit of filming for the next vlog, which I'm hoping is kind of going to be like the final renovation part of the vlog. So for the next few weeks I'm going to be still filming. The kitchen is starting to get progress with like flooring and cupboards and stuff, and more painting, but I'll save that and all the clips for the next one, which yeah, probably won't come out for maybe another couple of weeks or so. But I do hope you enjoyed this one and you're enjoying following along this journey with us. If you have any questions or any advice,
leave it in the comments. I'll get back to you, we can have a little chat. Thank you so much for watching. If you have made it till the end, I love you lots. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel if you're not already. It would mean the absolute world to me. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.